Part 3. I left off on a dude who gave us a prayer. He was Muslim. I got interrupted by a phone call, so that kind of ruined everything there. But I've been going through these things and replying, which is basically the point of this video. Because here's the thing. When it comes down to race, and let's see, I kill often, blah, be racist as hell. Okay. I gotta reply to this because he is half true. I'm putting, not all of us, I'm mixed. Alright, so he spelled black BLX, be racist as hell. And I put, not all of us, I'm mixed and I don't have the right to be a racist. And I'm not going to delete that, I'm going to go into detail. Because he's halfway right on that. There's just as many racist black people as there is white people, as there is Asian people, as there is anyone. And it just butt fucks me to death that no one realizes that racism is not just a white hating everybody who's not white thing. Racism is universal. If you are white and you hate blacks or Asians, you're a racist. If you're an Asian and you hate whites or blacks, you're a fucking racist. And if you hate other Asians, you're still a fucking racist. But you get a cut. You gotta get a pass on that, and I'll go into detail on that in a minute. If you are black and you hate whites and Asians, your ass is a racist. If you're a Mexican and you hate blacks, whites, and Asians, which you are part of, geologically and metaphorically and biologically, because you are from Aztec, Incan, or Mayan descent, which are Native Americans, which are Asian, then you're also a racist. Now let me flip back on how Asians get a pass on that. And there's a reason why I can give them a pass on that, and it has nothing to do with me being Native American. This is all straight fact shit. So, you have the Great Wall of China. The Great Wall of China was built to keep the Mongolian horde out, because way back in the day, no one was more fierce warriors with the bow and on horseback than a goddamn mongrel. The Chinese armies couldn't deal with them, they built a fucking wall, which would later prove to be impotent because Genghis Khan wound up becoming a tyrant and not only ruling more than most of Asia, he even had his footsteps in China because Kublai Khan was the reason why they started building the fucking wall. Because Kublai Khan, who was half Chinese and half Mongolian, put up the wall so the rest of his people couldn't get the fuck over there, which enraged more Mongolians. Because Mongolians had different tribes. They had really different structures and different tribes. And your history lesson on that is, this is part of the reason why Asians get a pass for hating other Asians. If you are from Nepal, you are hating a lot of Chinese people because the Chinese government has a foothold over Nepal. And the only thing that keeps Nepal in the perfect condition for China is that China has not killed the Dalai Lama because they know that would be really bad. If you're Chinese and you hate Japanese, that is due to the 40s occupation of China from Japan. If you are North Vietnamese, you hate South Vietnamese and vice versa because of their civil war. If you are North Korean versus South Korean, you hate those because of their civil war. However, the fact is, you really don't hate them because of their country in which they come from. You hate them because of the government efforts in which they have. And some of them government efforts transfer over into the people. And some of the people are like, well, we from North Korea, we ain't got shit. We might as well die killing all the motherfuckers in South Korea. Same thing with Vietnam and stuff from Vietnam. I'm not sure which side America was fighting on because I wasn't born until 73 and Vietnam ended in 75, which means I was like 2. So I would have known nothing. And history doesn't really give us a lot of that shit. Now, for Japan and China, Japan just fucking went ape shit and was just fucking up everybody. So a lot of people have problems with Japan. But what happened with Pearl Harbor is what made America put Asians in entrapment camps. So before you go giving everybody a hard time, here's how Asians got fucked in America. Alright? Some jackass called a kamikaze decided, hey, let's go bomb Pearl Harbor and let's also fly our planes into boats. The Americans didn't like that. So they decided, okay, if your eyes are slanted, whether you are Chinese, Japanese, Korean, Native American, you're going into these entrapment camps. And the reason why is because if you stand a Native American in blue jeans and a suit, and there are Native Americans who are very, very light, and you stand a Chinese and a Japanese and another person of Asian descent all in the same area and put them all in the same clothes, they will all look alike and they will be in an entrapment camp. And you can explain to them, I'm from China, we don't give a fuck, you're going in this entrapment camp. Most of the people who were Japanese were mostly there, but they did have some Chinese people in those entrapment camps too. Just so did you know, just in case you don't know, you can go fact check that shit. That's why they're trying to give them restitution, where slaves have not gotten restitution, and no one's in the politics, even Biden and Sanders, have avoided that fucking question. Now let's flip that shit over to Native Americans, my ancestors, who were stuck on fucking dirt rocks and not making any money. And then they decided, okay, well, here's what we can do. We can let you guys open up some casinos so that you can support the tribes. And then the red-headed step troll in charge decided, why can they open it? They don't look like Indians to me. His idea of Indians was probably from those old 60s and 70s TV movies with those guys riding horses and running around doing this. Or watching those cartoons, 1 little, 2 little, 3 little Indians, and then 5 little, 6 little, 7 little Indians, 8 little, 9 little, 10 little Indians, and got the guys killing all the goddamn Indians. Okay? So let's get this shit straight when we talk about racial tension in America. The world doesn't seem to have a problem with races as much as we do. Now, with that exception of Tiananmen Square, because that was all Chinese versus Chinese. Alright? Now, with that exception of Chinese and Japanese in the 40s and then Chinese in Nepal now, a lot of the Chinese people are actually fighting the government against Nepal to keep Nepal free from Chinese rule. And with that big clusterfuck 6 months ago, with that whole, if you did something in mainland China and escaped to Hong Kong, we can drag your ass back and give you the full extent of the law, which has probably executed a few people. You know, people are rising up on some crazy-ass issues about that. So Asians kind of get a slight pass on hating other Asians because it's mostly government politics. It's just that simple. Now, to return to the fact of the matter at hand, you know, if you're a racist, you're just a fucking racist. It's just that simple. You know, if you're going to hate somebody by the color of their skin, or one thing that they can't change on Earth, you know, that's kind of fucked up. No one gets a choice at your race. You can change your gender. You hit 18 and you want to be a dude, you can get your vagina pulled inside out and now you got a penis. You want to be a chick when you're 18 and you're a dude, you can get your penis chopped up and flipped inside out. They'll do whatever the hell it is. It's probably easier for a dude to become a chick than a chick to become a dude. I really don't know how that works. But, you know, whatever God wanted you to be, that's what you just need to be. You want to be gay, be gay. You want to be all those other things that come in the Alphabet Squad, and if I have offended anybody from the Alphabet Squad, I'm sorry. Be that. But stop adding new shit. Because I just found out heteroflexible like 3 days ago. I don't know what the fuck that means, but, you know, whatever. I just found out gender fluency, too. But, again, I don't know what the fuck that means because I'm straight. You know, I like boobs. Preferably on real women. So I got another one. I'm in New York, and every time I see Chinese, I can't help but wonder. You can't help but wonder what? So all I can do is wonder what? You know. Might help if I can spell. You know. Now, let's see the people who have responded to her. Some irony. Now you know how people feel when they see blacks. We all just wondering if they're gonna commit a crime. Alright, Double R, I want to talk about that. But I'm gonna give him a check because that's how I got followed around the police station. I mean, excuse me, the store in which I worked, which I got fired on my day off, by the way. And then the other one, how are you Mexicans any better? Check the crime. Say, okay, all right. See, now this is the shit I'm talking about. This everybody who responded to HT done made a racist statement. Double R and Lord of Night, they both made racist statements. All right, so that goes to prove my point about racism. Double R. The irony is now you know how we feel, how people feel when they see blacks, and we all seem to just wonder if they're going to commit a crime. No fair but true. It's the truth. It's not fair, but it's true. Slash facts. Because that's some stereotype shit. No, I can't say no more than that. No fair but true slash facts. No, I don't like it, but it's the truth. I don't like it, but your words do hold truth. Sorry, I'm not really good with texting people who's watching. Alright, now let me go back to this guy. He also speaks the truth. So, I guess he was replying to Double R, because Double R's last name is a Spanish last name. Does not mean he's Mexican, it just means a Spanish last name. Alright? And, he literally put that guy on the map, and he says Mexicans aren't any better. Or how are you Mexicans any better, rather? Now, here's the thing about Double R and Lord M. Knight. Y'all both are right, but it's stereotypes like that that got y'all here. That's the thing. A stereotype will destroy a nation. Before anyone realizes what happens, a stereotype will destroy a nation. Like the Chinese food and cats. Lots of people don't eat Chinese food because of a stereotype. I, on the other hand, if I have to go to a restaurant, I only trust Chinese food. And you want to know the ironic thing about that? The first time I ever had Chinese food, I had chick fried rice. 2 days later, they closed the place down for serving us cats in a barrel. And Cece from New York put something out that's very important for this whole entire topic of the guy attacking the lady on the bus. Asian people have been wearing masks before the virus. I see it all the time in NYC. Alright, Cece, you are half right there. They did wear the mask before the virus. But the mask really insurged. The mask really came into play after SARS. God damn it, not stars. There we go. Son of a bitch. That's why I hate technology. Now, CC, if you're watching, as if everybody read my other post, they should be watching. If you're watching, CC, I'm not going to give anybody's names, just so that you know. They did wear some masks and mostly in Hong Kong because it was like a lot of smog. But when the SARS virus dropped, not just severe Asian racist syndrome, but when SARS actually dropped, the insurgence of masks really became apparent. It really did. Everybody started wearing masks after SARS. Everybody. Fake news. He probably has the coronavirus already. Now, I'm not going to dignify that with a typed response. I'm only going to say that's bullshit. His fears of acquiring the virus is what made him go off. And if he gets it, he probably deserves it because he shouldn't have been trying to attack a woman who may not have had it in the first place, but other than saying, I'm going to kill this disease bitch because she's Chinese or of Asian descent, he just assumed that she already had the SARS virus. She probably is ABA or ABC. Okay, for all those who are watching who are non-Asian, ABA means American Born Asian. And since the disease supposedly regulated in China, ABC means American Born Chinese. You can do that with Japanese, you can do that with Polynesian, you can do that with Samoans, you can do that with Koreans, you can do that with Vietnamese, all that shit. If they're as Asian, the safest way to do it is ABA or ABO. American Born Asian or American Born Oriental. Whichever one you choose to go with, instead of just calling people out by whatever Asian country they come from. No. Now the thing, so that I can get to the end of this thing and go straight into a straight racist rant, which will be in the next video, which will sum this whole damn thing up. You know, there are a lot of different ways that we could have solved that. And on a side note, the guy that warned everybody about the disease, he died. You know, the guy who initially warned everyone about the disease. He literally died. Like, I don't know when, but the shit came across my top buzz earlier today. The guy literally died. So yeah, we really gotta be careful what's going on in the world. Thanks for watching.